All right, so hi, I'm Nick Williamson. I'm the founder of Credits, and we have been, we about a month and a half ago announced the first government service that's going to be run on a blockchain, which is based out of the Isle of Man. It's a fairly straightforward use case, I think, a registry of all the cryptocurrency companies that are domiciled on the Isle of Man. Now that really is just a pilot to get the government comfortable, both on the regulatory side and the technical side, comfortable with running blockchains themselves and on exploring it as a concept that makes sense to run other government services on top of. So we really see blockchains as being just a marriage of databases and business logic, and it just so happens to have this very nice audit trail built in and this very nice authentication layer built in. So some of the other things that we're pursuing with the Isle of Man government and with some other governments and some international organizations have a lot to do with using the blockchain as an identity management layer, or using the blockchain for various authentication and encryption aspects. So unlike a lot of other blockchain services, we are purely focusing on the business-to-business side right now for two reasons. One of which is that where we think that it's going to take 5 to 10 years to really build out the affordances, the wallets, the security guarantees that you have to make it easy and straightforward for people to use public key cryptography, for people to onboard on these systems, just like the web in the late 90s, just like personal computers back in the 70s. The other reason for that is that we're really building out a bundle, an ecosystem, if you will, of federated networks, where you have providers on one side and you have consumers on the other side, and they communicate through very standardized API endpoints in the middle. And there are several companies right now that are approaching the disintermediation play from a completely top to bottom fashion. And instead, we think that the disintermediation layer should be completely separate from anything the end consumer sees. Uber, the app, should be separate from the platform that connects drivers and passengers. If you want to blacklist a driver as somebody who's providing an app, that should have nothing to do with if somebody else building another app wants to allow that driver to use their service. So we're still fairly new. We're still a fairly small team, but that's about where we're at right now. Thanks.